Yes, I'm listening to something from the Ghost Rider soundtrack. Can you blame me? Look what I'm fucking riding. This thing is Ghost Rider. It's got fucking flames on it, motherfuckers. Fucking flames! That's 10 horsepower right there. I wonder if they just hear it and the bike's basically going, get out of the way. Oh, almost died making that impression. Oh, my throat did not like that phrasing boom. Anyways, hey YouTube. A little windy, I think. Got my mask fall down, hopefully you can hear me. Just getting out of the city. Needed some break here. Or I needed a break, I meant. I'm going to see if I can hit up, I think it's Harrison Hot Springs they call it. It's got a nice little road. The low heat highway kind of gets really quite nice out when you get outside of the cities. So I'm just on my way here to, well, technically Abbotsford. And then I just crossed the Simon Fraser there, if you saw it, or was just going under it. And then I'm going to hit up the Golden Years and then head out to Harrison for just a nice ride. Really nice section of road out there. Pretty much going to take me all day though. So I thought I would take the GoPro around, and oh man, it's such a beautiful day actually. Sorry I got distracted, but New West just looks fucking awesome from that direction. I think that's New West. That should be New West. Or New Westminster if you're not familiar with the Lower Mainland. Also, I'm gonna do my first top 5 list. This is a blatant ploy to get more views because let's face it, everyone loves top 5 lists on YouTube and the internet. And I'm gonna do it about my favorite motorcycle manufacturer websites. Since they were such a big deal when I was looking for a new bike. So when I was buying this one, I wanted something new. I didn't want something used. I was, you know, I think I mentioned it before. I had that little 400 that was my uncle's, but you know, after 30 years, it wasn't in the best of shape. So I was spending quite a bit of time bringing it to the shop and doing little things with it, and just little breakdowns. And I got tired of that, so I wanted a new bike. And of course, you know, nowadays, when you want something, you want to do research, you go right to the internet. So, you know, I've had this bike now just, well, it's under a year, so I think it's only 4 or 5 months. And I've already noticed some of these websites I'm going to bring up have changed, but I'm going to add them to my list and kind of number them the way I thought they were nice. Even though I don't know if they still kind of fit in the number. So hopefully I'm going to talk to that a little later. I'm going to get some more scenic routes, I think. Oh man, I know people do it in tunnels, but does anyone notice your bike just sounds fucking awesome when they're beside some of these concrete barriers, or on a highway like this where it's like concrete barriers all over? I swear the sound resonates off of them. Oh, it's such a nice sounding bike. I love this thing so fucking much. That's the coolest bridge, I think. It's a new Portman bridge. It just replaced the another. Well, it basically was built beside the old one, and the old one was just taken down. There might be some construction there, but oh, that thing's fucking wicked. Did have some troubles though the first year, because it opened up the first year, and we had some cold temperatures, and ice formed on those ropes, and it came down and smashed a bunch of cars going across. So it's pretty epic. You know what? I keep forgetting what the fucking speed limit is around here because no one does it. I think it's 80, but I've never clocked anyone doing 80. I swear I've gone 110 and 120 on here, and people like, including those gigantic fucking semis, just pass you. So I believe it's RCMP out here, and maybe, yeah, this should be Delta, I think. Oh, where the fuck am I? Surrey? So it should be RCMP. Get on that, boys. Come on. I'll take a fucking ticket if you start, you know. That, or ask him to raise it. Like, it probably can easily be 120 on this road. I mean, it's all blocked off. There's only a couple sections where there's roads coming back on, and those are lighted. So, you know. Oh, I'm such a nerd. Okay, here we are. This is my this is a cool little section that I learned the ride on, so oh, good timing. Anyways, since we're just starting a more interesting part, I'm gonna start talking about my top 5 favorite motorcycle manufacturer websites. So, you know, this is not forums or you know, anything else. It's just, God, I'm burping. Indigestion or something. Jesus. Back to it here. So, like I said, this is going to be my top 5 manufacturing fuck it, try it again. Top 5 motorcycle manufacturer websites. So, you know, I'm also going to throw in the worst website, the one I dislike the most from a manufacturer, which is sad because it's probably, you know, a company that's in my top 10 or top 5 for favorite manufacturers. But let's start off with number 5, which is going to be probably Kawasaki. Just one sec here. So, Kawasaki is, you know, when I was looking for bikes, you know, they got some good cruisers. You know, at the time the Vulcan S was coming out, and that sounded like a cool little bike. It definitely looks cool. It's definitely, I guess, a more modern take on a cruiser. It's definitely not one of these kind of American style ones, that's for sure, but it's a cool bike. I like it. And the reason I like the website is that it's super clean. Oh yeah, straight. Okay, it's super clean. The bikes are easy to find. Everything's organized really well. It is a little cluttered in the fact that, like, especially, you know, if you look at the sports bikes, it's like, you know, the SE, SEE, ABS SE, and then, you know, there's even sometimes like a 2014, 2015 mix. What do we got here? Harley-Davidson? Yeah. Anyways, so, you know, that wise it's not too bad, but it's organized fairly well, right? So it has all the different models arranged in fairly reasonable way. It's got a lot of pictures. You can see at different angles. You know, my only gripe is, you know, there's no mod aspect to it. You can't really, like, you know, what does it look like, or a different type of pipe or something like that. But they don't really seem to sell a whole lot of that anyway, so it doesn't really matter to them. It's got, you know, a good ability to compare the different models. You know, it's a really easy to use site, and it's a really clean looking site. and it provides a lot of helpful information. So, you know, I definitely took a look at that, or I really appreciated that, I guess I should say. Oh, let's get this straight. We got a wall. Okay. Before all the farmers get mad at me. So, you know, that's my... Oh, he's on the wrong side of the road. Come on, buddy. Come on. Let's get on the right side. There we go. And I fucking don't know why the big trucks come down this fucking road. It's like way too small for half of them. So I gotta watch around here. Neighborhood, so you can't get too crazy. I just redid it though, it's nice. Okay, so number 4 on the list, it's probably gonna have to go to Moto Guzzi. I would just have to say, oh, sorry, not Moto Guzzi. Let's try that again. Oh, wrong gear. Oh, you suck. Shit. I guess now there's gonna be a bunch of comments saying, oh, you suck at cornering, Vancouver Van City Highballer. And I'm gonna be like, yep, I'm not that good. Fully admit it. Told you that before. Anyways. I got another corner here. Brake in a straight line, shift in a straight line, second gear, turn in, roll out. Oh, almost missed it. A little tire wobble. Okay, so now we're on to number 4, which I'm gonna have to give it to Moto Guzzi, actually. You know, it's fairly laid out very well, just like I'd say it's very good, like the Kawasaki one. Easy to read, easy to find, easy to compare models. Yeah, there's nothing really to complain about it, or with all their issues, not really anything different. I just found it, you know, I almost could say it's equal to the Kawasaki guys. You know, it provides the colors. You know, again, there's not a lot of aftermarket stuff or a lot of modifications or custom stuff you can do to it. So they don't have that aspect at all. But again, really clean, easy to use, good information. The prices are all there. You know, I think maybe I ranked it a little higher than Kawasaki simply because I like Moto Guzzi's a lot. So it might be a bit of bias there. But you really could switch the two around, no problem. So, you know, that's my opinion, I guess. You know, you almost could argue this isn't my top 4, but, you know, I had to make it a top 5 to get those hits, right? Anyways, so that was number 4. Not really much to say there. It's just nicely laid out, simple to use. All the information you need is there. That's all you can really ask for. And again, it can be interchanged with the Kawasaki there, probably. The next one, number 3 on the list, would be Yamaha /Star. And let's admit it, there's no difference between Yamaha and Star. They're really just the same fucking company. Again, you know, maybe a bit of bias because, you know, Yamaha was my first bike. I was going to probably stick with the Yamaha. If the Yamaha Bolt or the Star Bolt was big enough, I probably would have gone with that, even compared to the Harleys. But you know, that's really the only cruiser model I like from them. Maybe the Striker with the fairing they just made, that's kind of a cool bike too, but god damn it. But yeah, I mean, other than that, not much. But it does have, you know, since it's really well organized. You know, if you're in the cruisers, you can find the cruisers. If you're in the scooters, you can find the scooters. You know, the sports bikes are all there. You can compare everything. And it's really nice in the fact that it's got way better pictures, right? You can basically do a 360 view of any bike they have in any color scheme you want, or any color scheme they offer. You know, it's just a little thing like that I'm gonna rank it higher than those other websites, right? Because again, like I said, Guzzi and them, they're really just pictures at different angles, which is nice to have. But I'm pretty sure Yamaha and Star have a 360 thing, which is really nice to have. And again, I'm not sure they have it on all the bikes. I forgot now. I was just looking this morning. And again, it's got a good comparison, so you can compare different models. So, you know, that's about all I can say. But now we're getting into the cream of crop, and I'm kind of did funny in the fact that number 2 is actually a tie, but in a lot of ways you can see why he did it. They're more or less the same website if you go take a look, and that would be the Victory website and the Indian website. Hold on, we're getting back in the traffic. So, okay, so Victory and Indian, more or less the same website. If you look at it, they're actually set up the exact same way. They're using whatever websites run on. They're almost the exact same fucking website, just showing you different models and a different nameplate. And why did I like them again? I maybe would give the Victory one a little bit more, just because it's organized so much like it's organized a lot better than the Indian website, because Indian has Victory has cruisers, which is like in this range. So, you know, the Gunner, the Vegas, the Highball, and the Hammer. So that's what they call the cruiser line. And then they have the Baggers, which is, you know, the cross country, the Crossroads, all those ones, and the various cross country setups. And then they have the touring models, which is, you know, of course, the Vision and the cross country tourer. And they're just easy to find. They got good write-ups, and they have a customizer part too, because you can get the pipes, you know, the different types of stage 1 pipes, different windscreens, all that. You can kind of see what it looks like. My only gripe with it is that it used to be better when I was looking for a bike, and then they changed it after the new 2016 model lineup came out. And I noticed, you know, they took away a lot of features. It's not as easy to use anymore. It used to be you can mix and match any part and it will kind of show you what it looked like. Now they kind of have these presets where, and frankly, it's really weird. You can put the Highball bars on pretty much any of them except for the Hammer, and it shows you that. And then, so they have these like preset packages that you click, and that it'll show you that, but all the other individual stuff it doesn't show anymore as well. Just some small cosmetic things it might do. So I'm a little disappointed that they changed all that. You know, it used to be a way better system. Now it's kind of messed up. I don't know if they're still working on it or something. Same goes with the Indians. It's the exact same setup, exact same thing, except they just have all the bikes laid out because, you know, they don't have the same amount, I think. They just basically have the Scout, the Classic, the Dark Horse Classic, or the Dark Horse Classic, and then the Bagger versions, and then the big touring one, the Chieftain or whatever it's called. But again, the website's the same thing, right? It's got the customizer part that only has presets and a couple other things. And again, it's very glitchy, very buggy still. So I don't know if it just was redone, so I think they're working on it, hopefully. At least I hope they are. And it was kind of one of the websites that helped me choose this bike, because I wanted that straight pipe that I have, the straight pipes, the straight shotguns, stage 1, and I saw what it looked like on this bike. and I knew what the price would be, and since this thing was cheaper than what I would have got for a brand new highball with, well, this is a brand new highball, but it was a demo. So they gave me a good price, I thought, in compared to what the website said. These fucking roundabouts. I don't know if I like roundabouts or not. Sometimes I do because it keeps the traffic kind of going. Sometimes I don't because no one knows what the fuck to do with them. I swear this place is HA or something. It's a tattoo and Harley place. It's got red and white colors everywhere. And 8-1. I wonder if that's when they're in numbers. It was like 7-8 something. Those were HA. Jesus, what was I doing waving? Speak of the devil. Oh God. Don't get killed, Gavin, please. I don't think they're that bad half the time anyways. Stopping at the Billy Miner's ale house. It's a good little bike stop. Oh man, some beer and pizza at the Billy Miner. Definitely check it out if you're ever around this part. Really good beer list. Let's go this way. Well, just changed my battery, so hopefully I got a bit more time on this. This way in a while. Probably could have went. Look at that. Fuck, that's up beautiful. Okay, so back to the top 5 websites plus one shitty one. So I think I'm on number 1. Just to recap, it was Kawasaki at number 5, Moto Guzzi at number 4, number 3 was definitely Yamaha / Star, and number 2 was Victory and Indian. Of course, I put those two together because of the pretty much the same websites and same company. So number 1, pretty much obvious, and I think this goes for almost every website, and it's got to be Harley-Davidson. Pretty simple reason why they have probably the best website is, you know, it's easy to figure out, though sometimes I have troubles with where they're finding certain bikes. They have like a 3D, well, not 3D, 360 viewer, so you can move the bike around, whatever model. And the best feature is the HD customizer, where you can take all their different things and make the bike look just any way you want, because they have so much in-house customization, you know, from Screaming Eagle and all their in-house stuff, and they're just wicked. I mean, it kind of made it, because like the reason I wanted a Harley or a cruiser was I was playing around the customizer and really liked the Street Bob the way I did it, which was like red and had a pretty much the way I got this bike, except, you know, without the flame paint job, and it was all red. But this one just came to be cheaper. So it would have been costing me like something like 20 grand to get it customized the way I wanted. And this, of course, came out to less than 17. So, you know, it made my decision. Sadly, it wasn't in favor of Harley-Davidson. Plus, you know, I test rode the Street Bob and just didn't like it. But Harley by far has the best website out of all the manufacturers. I mean, it's just easy to use. Customize any bike any way you want, and you can save it, you can log in, and I mean, it's almost a game. I still dick around with it once in a while just for shits and giggles. It's such a nice website, such a cool website to use. So that's my top 5 favorite websites. Now let's get on to the one I kind of wish was my favorite, because I love the type of the company itself. It's such a good company, or, you know, to make some of my favorite bikes, and that would be Triumph. Hold on here. Yeah. Like I said, I don't like talking when I'm stopped. Okay, so back to it. Like I said, I just did my top 5 favorite websites for manufacturers. So my least favorite for manufacturer. You know what? All the rest of them, there's not many manufacturers, but, you know, they're not all that bad. The one that infuriates me, and partially due to the fact that I like the motorcycles, is Triumph. It just seems... it's just bad. I mean, you know, if you want to look at the web, like a non-altered bike, the only way they do it is through their really bad and really buggy customizer, which almost is trying to be the Harley-Davidson one, but it just does not pull it off at all. It's... And the funny thing is, even in that mode, it only gives you like two angles. It's like one side or the other, and I don't know. I think you should be able to look at a bike head on a side angle, and behind, and also the side profiles. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. And then when you do, just like, you're going through the models, which isn't really easy or set up well at all to get information. The only way you get information too, by the way, is you have to download the PDF, which, that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to take up my hard drive space with a pamphlet. If I want to download a pamphlet, give me the option to, but just have your basic info on the website, guys. Like, come on. it seems lazy. The other thing is, you know, like if you're looking at the American or any of their cruisers, well, any of their bikes really, there's no clear picture. Like it's like the picture's a background and the information stuff goes over top of it and it blocks any pictures you want to see. I don't know if that's my computer, but every computer I use, you can never get a clear picture of these bikes. And I mean, I don't know about you, but biking is kind of way, like, looking at these bikes, I mean, these are toys, really. I mean, I'm probably one of the few guys that ride this bike like every day as my main source of transportation. But I did choose it based on its looks. I mean, I don't think if there's anyone out there who doesn't choose their bike based on their looks, I don't know who that could be. I think it's only the adventure guys, maybe, dual sport guys, because there's not much, you know, they're not really cosmetically focused on the cosmetics of those bikes. They're all about really functionality. But, you know, if you're a sports bike guy or a cruiser guy, it's got to be, the looks definitely filter in. And then considering Triumph, you know, all they make is cruisers, classics, and sports bikes. You know, 3/4 of their stuff right there is about the looks, and then their Tigers are all, you know, they're actually a good looking bike I think for an adventure bike. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. That's one of my most infuriating things. The other thing is the you know, the customizer, like, you know, where you can choose different things or different things. It works all right, but it's still glitchy as hell. Yeah, it's not very good. Some things it won't show, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. So yeah, that's the only one that really drives me completely nuts. And I really wish it wasn't true, because Triumph makes some of my favorite bikes. You know, maybe the triple bikes, like the Street Triple and the Speed Triple, and the classics, like any of the Bonnevilles or the Scrambler or the Thruxton. Those are all the part of the band classic range, they're basically all Bonnevilles. Or even any of the cruisers. You know, I gave it serious thought about getting a Thunderbird, I think they call it, and that was one of the 3 bikes I compared to with this bike, and ended up getting this one. But yeah, it's a real shame the website's not better than it is, because the bikes are great. But yeah, that's too bad. So there you have it. There's my top 5 favorites and my least favorite, number 1 worst website. So hope you enjoyed it. Same as always, you know, click on the subscribe button, give me a like. I'm just starting out, so I think I got 7 subscribers, so thank you to all 7 of you, even though I think 3 of them are friends of mine. But yeah, the other 3 people that I don't know, or I'm presuming I don't know, from wherever you are in the interwebs, thank you for hitting subscribe. I hope you like my videos. And I'm going to call it there, and hopefully this camera will last to give me a bit more film of this little mini road trip out to the Harrison Hot Springs. So yeah, take it easy.